Hello there, I'm Lyndon Thorpe, and this is Mindful Moments to Touch Your Heart Every Day. And I'm here on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday to help you to lay down a foundation of mindfulness to sustain your busy life. Welcome, LinkedIn members, YouTubers, and if you're here for the first time, welcome. This is a great investment of your energy. Burnout is really a very crucial thing to consider in our lives as global community members on the internet, online business, entrepreneur, etc. It's really important because we spend so much time online in front of screens and so on that we need to be really careful about balancing our body, our spirit, and our mind together. And this is why I do this practice, because I want people to realize that going to their inner zone once a day, just for 20 minutes, can really change everything. And it can protect you against burnout. Burnout is the most terrible thing. It's damage to the nervous system. We don't know it's happening very often because we're so obsessed with the visual intellectual world out there, all the overwhelming stimuli of the visual world. We're so ensnared in that we lose contact with our bodies and our nervous systems, and we don't get the signals of distress that the body is sending. The body is our friend, and stress is our friend. We think that stress is all bad. That's not true. We couldn't live without stress. Stress is a signal, okay? But the important thing is that we notice that signal and then take action. But people are not doing that. People are ignoring the signals of stress. And if you ignore them, then the pressure builds up. The cortisol builds up in the system. And gradually, the nervous system gets damaged. And so many aspects of your human life will be affected. So it's really, really important to take this tiny step. It costs nothing. It's a period of rest and transformation in your daily routine. It's 30 minutes out of the whole day. But if you do it every day, then you will be protected. And more than that, you'll access aspects of yourself you didn't know existed. The whole aim of this practice really is to get you back in touch with your true nature, your authentic self. Many people have lost connection with it, because they spend so much time trapped in their limited mind, as I call it, the brilliant but limited mind, the visual, the intellectual. They demand so much of us, but everything they demand is outside the body, is outside through the eyes. So it's time to come inside now and rediscover or uncover your unique riches, your unique treasures. There are 8 billion of us now on this planet, and each of us is unique. Unique DNA, unique perspectives of the world, unique. The way we perceive the world is unique. Nobody else can do it like we do it. So it's really important to reconnect with yourself, to spend time inside, to spend time at home, if you like, instead of always gallivanting outside and thinking that all the answers are outside. They certainly are not. The intellectual visual world is a kind of mirage. We think it's concrete, but really it's a mirage. Once you come inside, you realize that this is reality. This is where we belong. This is our anchorage, if you like. So please reflect on that as we start our practice. Today's event is Your Body is Your Business Plan Masterclass event, is all about aligning purpose with profit. So if you're an online business owner or entrepreneur, then you need to really recognize that if we don't have our purpose clearly established, if we don't know why we're doing what we're doing for hours and hours every day, then what is the point? But also, if we really know our purpose, then we can make money from that. If we're authentic, if we're present, all of these things which people are crying out about as AI becomes more and more important to us. So please reflect on that as well, aligning your purpose in life with your profit. And of course, into this, we add the magical ingredient of the universe and the universal laws, like attracts like. So if your purpose is clear and it's really coming from your heart, not the limited mind between your ears, but from your heart, so that every millimeter of your human body and spirit are in accord with that purpose, then it will make profit and you will be successful. We always have to remember that internal success comes first. If you're not successful to yourself, then you will never be successful to others. It all starts with self. It all starts inside with the heart. So let's get started. Now you've got lots to reflect upon. And these sessions always start in the same way. First of all, you need to sit with your spine vertical, crown of your head going up into the sky, into the universe, soles of your feet going down into the earth. And if you're sitting, your sitting bones going down into your seat. And we can really use gravity to help us to feel that heaviness in the bottom part of your body, into your seat, a heaviness falling into your seat, and if you're standing, down through your feet. Meanwhile, the spine emanates upwards, the crown of the head is going up towards the sun, and there we have a perfect grounded posture for doing this kind of work and getting the most benefit from it. Okay, so that's the first thing. And in a moment, I will ring my Buddhist bell. And when you detect the vibrations of my bell, please allow your eyelids to soften and to float downwards. But don't close them entirely. Keep a rim of light open at the bottom of your gaze and glance at the tip of your nose. This work is about heightened awareness. It's not about sleeping or relaxing at all. Of course, those are byproducts and you'll feel them later. But during the session, during the work, you need to be 120% alert. So keep your eyes slightly open. And let's get started. Here we go. Wonderful. So take a few moments to get comfortable. If your spine is in some way injured or you have some kind of sickness, please lean. Please make sure you're comfortable. That's the most important point. Okay, take time to transition from the overwhelming visual world, the intellectual world of firework displays of thoughts and ideas and concepts. Take time to transition down into your central core. And here it's much quieter. There is stillness. And as you come down into your unique core, knowing deeply in your bones that this is your unique resting place. It's also your resource center, and you have everything you need here to do whatever you want and to be whoever you want. Everything is here. And as you come down into your unique core, you'll notice two things. The first is your breath. In the visual, intellectual world, we rarely notice the breath. Most of us breathe very shallowly. But here in the quietness of your central core, you can breathe consciously with your breath. Don't have to change anything. These sessions are non-doing. There's nothing for you to do. Just be and follow my voice. So breathe with your breath. The in-breath, the out-breath. Not changing anything, just going with that rhythm that your body is showing you now. And as you breathe consciously, just notice how you feel. How about your shoulders? Are they soft? How about your chest? Does it feel open? And lower down, how about your gut? Your solar plexus, how do they feel? Take a note of this, and by the end of the practice, I promise you there will be a big change. The second thing you'll notice is your tendency, perhaps, to generate images and words as I talk. Of course, we're trained to do that in the visual intellectual world. But in the visual intellectual world, we need symbols, words, images. They are symbols. In the invisible world, we don't need symbols. This is where we find reality. So, just gently bring yourself away from the tendency to generate images and words to match mine. That's a waste of energy. You don't need it. I'm here to guide you So just put that aside gently and follow my voice. Okay, that's great. So let's start stage one. Please gather together all your mind energy, everything, no distractions. Gather together all that energy and concentrate it into a single hot, bright laser beam. Powerful, penetrating, unique to you. And now, please slide your laser beam, strong and hot, outside your immediate environment, outside your walls and windows, outside your ceilings and roof. If you're in a vehicle, outside the vehicle, and if you're already outdoors, that's great. Just as far afield as you can, we're going to project your laser beam in the external environment as far afield as we can. Near, far, loud, soft. We're detecting vibrations now. So start to scan with your laser beam the environment, detecting vibrations, any kind of vibrations above, below, to the left, to the right, in front, and behind. Scanning meticulously for any vibrations, and when you encounter a vibration, pause, accept, and move on. No need for labels, no need for explanations or for guessing. Just keep moving. Keep moving with your power beam, scanning in detail. You are like a tiger in a jungle. Every vibration in your environment is crucial to your survival. It could be the next meal. It may be a threat. So animals are 100% alert with every hair of their coat and every skin pore. And we, like many tribal peoples do, can do this also. It's an ancient skill. Our ancestors used it to survive. Whole body listening. Wonderful. Let's move on now to stage 2. Slide the power beam of your entire mind energy, hot, bright, penetrating, inside your environment, inside your walls and windows, beneath your ceiling and roof, inside your vehicle, and if you're outdoors, within a 30-meter radius around you. And scan meticulously, detecting any vibration, no matter how small, how far, and when you encounter a vibration, pause, accept, and move on. Using every single skin pore, every hair follicle on the whole of your body, from the crown of the head to the tips of the toes. Involve your whole body in detecting vibrations in the inner environment. Above, in your ceiling corners, up into the sky if you're outdoors, below, under your furniture, down in the floor corners, down into the earth if you're outdoors, to the left, to the right, in front, and behind. And as you scan your internal environment, let me make you aware of how precious your breath is. Without it, we couldn't exist. We breathe between 20 and 24,000 times every 24 hours for 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 plus years. Without fail. The breath is unconditional. And it is an extraordinary relationship that we each have with the Earth. Earth is the only planet that provides air that can be breathed safely. And the Earth supplies our air unconditionally. We don't have to do anything. We don't even have to think about it. But feeling gratitude for it is a wonderful place to be. And remember, gratitude is not a thought, it's a state. If we have gratitude as our state, so appreciating what we already have, and we can start with oxygen, then we should be grateful every second of our lives. And gratitude is a most passionate and compassionate, self-compassionate state. By appreciating everything we already have, especially oxygen, then everything else in our lives is a glorious bonus. To feel that sense of gratitude welling up your body, up from your gut, up from your stomach and your solar plexus. Feel it welling up into your chest and your heart. Gratitude is a heart state. And if things go wrong in your life, in your day, take a moment, lower your gaze, and just remember how grateful you are for breath. It's my first thought every single day when I wake up. Wow, I made it through the night. I could breathe while I slept for 8 hours, which is another miracle. Wonderful. So let's move to the third stage now. And this is simple. We take the laser beam of our mind, bright, powerful, penetrating, hot, and bring it inside the body, right down to the tips of the toes, and start to scan along the tops of the feet, along the bottoms of your feet towards the heel, detecting vibrations, scanning meticulously, illuminating any dark places, any tight places with the power beam of your unique mind. Slide your beam up into your ankle joints, make space in them, soften the cartilage, bring heat and light inside those joints. Then start to scan up the lower leg, little by little, meticulously. And when you encounter a vibration, pause, accept, and move on. No labels, no justification. Thinking does not have a place in this practice. As we move up the lower leg, we eventually encounter the calf muscles. These are often hard. The bombardment of gravity, the perhaps poor posture, perhaps tiredness, they're often very hard. So take the heat and light of your mind inside those muscles and soften them, warm them. Slide your power beam up into your knee joints, make space, soften the cartilage, illuminate these amazing joints that allow us to move. Then we come to the thigh, the longest bone and muscle area of most adults. Start to scan meticulously. Up if you're standing, along if you're sitting, illuminating every dark place, softening every tight place, detecting every vibration from blood, from muscle, from bones, from sinew. moving systematically, and eventually we encounter the torso. And at the base of the torso is a congregation of nerve endings that we call the base chakra. It is the place of birth for women, procreation for men, and elimination for everybody. If we don't eliminate the toxins in our body, we die. So another thing to be truly grateful for. Nearby the base chakra, a few coccyx bones, tiny little bones that are the remnants of a tail when we were a different kind of mammal. Scan up those, and then we come to the sacrum. And this is a spade-shaped bone that helps us to bear weight, not only the weight of our bodies, but the weight of other people too, and other material objects. So scan up that, and then we encounter the lumbar spine. These are chunky bones separated by discs, white cartilaginous discs. And we start to build up the back of the body, bone, disc, bone, disc, up behind the pelvis, bone, disc, up behind the intestines, flickering away digesting food, bone, disc, bone, disc, up behind the solar plexus, at the base of the rib cage, and the diaphragm, the principal breathing muscle. Scan up with your power beam, bone, disc, behind all of these things until we encounter the rib cage. And inside the rib cage, all your vital organs. But the most magnificent of all of them is the heart. It is vibrating away, emanating electromagnetic vibrations 60 times stronger than the brain between your ears. It is a remarkable organ, and it is your true brain. Let's scan up behind the heart, bone, disc, bone, disc. The thoracic spine bones are much smaller, separated by discs still. So take the heat of your mind inside those discs and soften them. Bone, disc, bone, disc, bone, disc. And then we come to the top part of the chest. And here the lungs are flickering away 24/7 to allow you to breathe and survive and thrive. Climb up behind your lungs, bone, disc, bone, disc, bone, disc, bone, disc. And then we come to the notch on the back of the neck. Just reach up and touch it if it helps you. And from here on up, the cervical spine, the neck spine goes on upwards, bone, disc, much smaller bones now, bone, disc, and it goes right up inside the skull. And at the very top of your spine is the atlas joint. This is where the skull pivots, and it has over 10,000 facial expressions and head orientations at its disposal, which makes us master communicators. So there you have it, the crown of your head, above the heavens, underneath your feet, the planet, and between your spine has lengthened by at least 1 centimeter, simply with the power of your laser mind. When you detect the vibrations of my bell, please allow your eyelids to float open as look gently ahead. Wonderful. So how do you feel after just 25 minutes of mindful practice? Compare your breathing with the start and your general feeling of awareness, the length of your spine. And this is the optimum state to negotiate and navigate the visual intellectual world from. You're in your back, your breathing has slowed down, your shoulders have softened, the crown of your head is going up, you are thoroughly grounded by gravity through your feet and your seat, and nothing can touch you if you gaze out into the visual world from this anchorage. This is your anchorage. Stay anchored, and your ship will never drift, and you'll be protected from burnout. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're feeling great, please leave me a comment, and I'll see you not tomorrow, but Friday. Same time, same place. This is Lyndon Thorpe. Mindful moments touch your heart every day. Bye for now.